We're at Sha Tin for a midweek all-weather meeting. Welcome to Racing to Win. We've got 9 races coming up on the alternate surface. It's a busy week at Sha Tin. It's a busy week for news, and we're going to cover it all right here for you on the show with Paul Lally and Nick Child. And Nick, it's just a quiet Wednesday night before it ramps up for the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. It's very much the calm before the storm, isn't it, really, before what's set fair for the weekend. But if all-weather racing is your thing, then you're in the right place.
And all-weather might be a pertinent point, Paul. It's supposed to get cold on Wednesday night. Can you heat us up with some jackpots?
Yeah, there is a couple of jackpots. There's 3 million going to the triple trio. That should get over the 7 million mark. And the first double trio get the money early, 300,000 going into that, and that should get over 3 million. So it's not easy, the dirt meetings, are they?
That looks a very open meeting right throughout the night, doesn't it?
It does.
We'll try and find a winner throughout the show. Here are the meeting details, and we kick off at 6:45. The Class 2 over the 1650 and the Class 3 1200 metres is the 2 races that we preview on today's show. Before we look at Sha Tin, the Classic Mile is not too far away. Nick, the selected runners announced in the last day or two. We'll have the confirmed starters coming up, but these are the selected runners, and there's plenty of them.
There are, absolutely. Obviously, the 4-year-old series is always very well subscribed, and well, no huge surprises. I suppose 1 or 2 maybe in regards to stepping up. I thought Crimson Flash, an interesting one there for Mark Newnham. He's well represented, of course, in that graphic there, and also on that page with Winfield also, Paul. But all the right horses are there at the moment.
They are, definitely. It's a sagacious life. Zach Purdon's pick, he's the highest rated there at 97, isn't he? And you go all the way down to the Golden Knight at 55.
55.
Pretty optimistic. And Akash Varney, the horse we're going to have a look at now, he was impressive on the weekend, wasn't he?
He jumped well, Paul, and from there, Brenton Avdella was able to control the race. But he threatened to do this for a while. His form has been a bit up and down throughout.
Yeah, look, he was slightly slow away last time, and they rode him back. They went back to the front here went back to the front in this particular race, and you can see him. He never looked like getting beaten, did he?
No, he didn't. Look, he's had them all chasing. I think the horse in second certainly is a very nice horse. They're Super Express, but he couldn't quite land a glove on this horse who went on to make all and score. So they put him up 10 for that, so he's up to 82 rated. As you say, Mark, his form's been a little bit sort of hit and miss to some degree, but maybe he's just coming right now.
Absolutely, that was impressive. As it was by this horse, Nick, he was first up for a long time, back from injury, straight to 1600 metres. Patch of Cosmo is his name. He races well second up, and there's a plum ride going here. We don't know who it's going to be yet.
Yeah, for sure, and I'm sure there'll be many riders putting their hand up for this horse. And look, he took this. This was over the course and distance there of the 1600 off 77. They put him up to 84 now. I mean, Manfred Mann did a super job to get him back. He'd had a bit of an injury issue, this horse, but he did before last campaign. He started this season off really well, and he will be a good ride for someone, Paul.
Oh, definitely. It was a really strong win over top weight there, fresh up after a long period of time. And look, when he did win fresh up last season, he won his next start as well. So he can hold his form this one. I think he's a smoky going into the race.
And comes down to 126 pounds in the Classic Mile.
Yeah, which is great.
Absolutely. I wonder who's going to ride the horse. Anyway, we'll find out in due course around Patch of Cosmo, but he was very impressive first up. Here is race number 4 now. It's a Class 2 over the 1650. This won't take long. Sword Point at the top of the books. Unbeaten course and distance. Visor off, cheek pieces go back on. We've got Gorgeous Win, 1200 to 1650. Soleil Fighter's been top 4 all 6 starts this season. Capital Delight has the tongue tie going back on. Talent's Ambition goes from the 12 to the 1650. And his stablemate, New Forest, has his first time in Class 2, Paul, and he's going to carry a lightweight New Forest and lead.
He leads in all his races. Now, he's quite a strong leader, as is Sword Point over the course and distance, but I'm sure they'll let New Forest go with that lightweight. So I think even though it's a very small field, the pace is still going to be good in it. Soleil Fighter likes to put himself there, Capital Light, Gorgeous Win, and Talent's Ambition likes to drop out. But in the small field, he's not going to be far off the pace.
And here is Jack with the trainer of both those runners, New Forest and Talent's Ambition. It is Mark Newnham.
Mark Newnham in the feature on Wednesday at Sha Tin in Class 2. You've got Talent's Ambition and New Forest, 2 nice horses to go to war with there. How do you assess their chances?
Yeah, they're both in good form. One will probably be the leader and one will probably be the horse, at the tail. So, it might be tempo related, the result, but both horses are going well. New Forest is building a good record, especially when he gets control of the race. Talent's Ambition, he hasn't really been in many suitable races this season. He's only run at this distance in this class, was first up for the season, and it was a day that really suited the on-pace horses. One of our other horses won the race, but he was really strong late. So I'm expecting to get a fair track tomorrow, and if that's the case, he's got a really good turn of foot from the back. So both horses are going there in good form. As long as we win the race, I'll be happy.
And Talent's Ambition, as you mentioned, back to the 1650 as he was first up. Sing Dragon, of course, won that race. It must be nice to see him back at the distance. Yeah,
look, there's not a lot of races for him in this class, but we've kept him ticking over, and his trials have been good going into it. His work's been good, so I'd expect him to run to his best.
And New Forest, of course, up into Class 2, lightweight now. Do you think he's got a little bit more to give, do you think?
Yeah, look, he's a horse that's very good from the front when he can control the speed, and he looks like that's what he'll get tomorrow night. He's a good, solid horse who's, carried good weight in Class 3, but, this is another step up again. But he's a pretty foolproof horse. He wins the start most times, gets across, doesn't pull, saves energy. So, those type of horses always give themselves a chance to win.
There he is, Mark Newnham. And Nick, let's have a look at the track work of New Forest since his last run. It was a bowl around up at Chung Fa recently.
Look, and he's obviously a horse very much in form, isn't he? You know what you get with him. He'll go forward, give a good sight, and he's racing very well at the moment. So it's hard to look past him.
No, definitely, he's going to lead. He's got to come up and do it into this grade. That's just a little query, but he's by Justify. They really like the surface.
Speaking of liking the surface, Paul, these are quite some amazing stats from the Mark Newnham runners this season. 50% top three.
Yeah, they run really well on the surface, don't they? So it's just the way that the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sometimes you get all-weather horses, sometimes you don't. Mark's lucky. He's going, well, not lucky, he makes his own luck, but he's got plenty of horses that go on all surfaces here in Hong Kong.
I'll tell you what I like about Mark and his approach to it is he's not afraid to run a decent one on the all-weather as well. There are some obviously horses that do like the surface. He'll race on it obviously more frequent than others. But look, he's got some nice runners going round. Obviously New Forest and Talent's Ambition in this race. And he's got plenty of chances either side of this race also.
And here is the grey Nick. He's had 20 starts for 3 wins, all of them over the distance.
Yeah, look, absolutely. And he's a proper dyed-in-the-wool sort of all-weather horse, isn't he, over the mile? And he's £7 higher than his last win, beats Soleil Fighter, so they meet again. So renewing acquaintances there. But look, he's got to be a live chance, hasn't he?
He definitely does. He's a likeable horse. He comes from Tamworth. He had his wins at Tamworth, and they tell me that's the country and western capital of Australia. And not a bit of useless information there for you. But I think that horse there, I just think he'll get the pace in this race as well.
No, you are correct. They have the big country music festival.
You looked at me strange there. I know you're a big aficionado of that type of music.
Yeah, they have both type of music up there, country and western.
There you go.
Here is Soleil Fighter, Paul. He's been racing very consistently. Zach Purton sticks. He knows the horse well, and he rides for David Hayes.
He'll run his race. He's going to be in the right position, I think, from barrier number 4. Look, he's run second off an 88 rating. He's rated slightly higher at 9. I've got a couple in front of him, but he'll run a race for you.
His best run on the surface was that aforementioned race behind Talent's Ambition. He has run 4th as well. That was his most recent effort behind another Mark Newnham runner in Sing Dragon on the all-weather. So he's lightly raced on the all-weather, but he's wonderfully consistent. He'll give his running. Up to mark a 90, though, now probably makes life tougher for him, but he's very, very honest.
Interested, Nick, to hear your thoughts, Sword Point, and how you assess him in a race like this. He hasn't been on the all-weather in a race in Hong Kong in quite some time. Indeed, last time he raced on it, he was a winner. Yeah, for sure. Look, he's actually only had the 2 goes on the all-weather in Hong Kong. He's won them both over course and distance. Here's his trial. I thought he's done this quite nicely indeed. His wins have been off 96 and 105. When we took that interview from Mark Newnham, I just went back and I looked at his replay of his very first all-weather win. He absolutely marmalised a good field that day, Paul. So he's a proper all-weather horse. Yeah, I liked him that day, and he did, and he was at good odds as well when he won. And look, this horse doesn't get many chances in a year. This is his go, isn't it? Yeah. All-weather. He's only going to get 1 or 2 every season, so he's got to make the most of them. Is he on top?
He is. I like him. Sword Point. So he's on top. I think he can win the small field race here. Talent's Ambition for me is the biggest danger. Sleal fight and New Forest to fight it out. 1-5-3-6.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Paul. I think the Toppy might be the one to beat. The only time he's ever been beaten on dirt was over in Dubai in the Godolphin Mile, but put a line through that run. This is certainly what suits him. So he goes on top over New Forest. So top and bottom weight here, I think, are the top two. Soleil Fighter will run his race, and Talent's Ambition hard to leave out, given his record, 1-6-3-5.
And the boys with a Sword Point to get back to his best and win the Class 2 over the 1,650 metres. On the way to the break here on Racing to Win, it's the first in our series of key contenders for the Classic Mile.
You know, he's heading in the right direction. He's improved each run this season. I thought his win last start was his best win of the season. He had to, had to make a long run off a fast pace, carrying top weight, and still applied himself well the last part. So, he's won 4 in a row now. So generally, horses that keep winning are horses that still have upside.
Beauty Bolt lifting, 3/4 clear on Invincible Ibis. Still Beauty Bolt, but Invincible Ibis knuckles down, drives and wins it.
When I needed him to knuckle down to the task, he did it with consummate ease. From the whole race, I thought that was the most impressive part. He really dug deep and won comfortably in the end. He gave me a really good feel. He's a very sensible, athletic type of horse, and I think there's still more improvement to come.
Car Rising, 2 clear. The world's best sprinter is going to teach them a galloping lesson. He's the Usain Bolt of the equine world.
Champions do what others can't. He's the world's best sprinter, no doubt.
16 in a row. He is just unbeatable.
I'll never see anything like this again in my life. 17 straight, stand cheer, applaud the best because he's just got better.
And we can confirm that David Raphael is still very much alive and well because he might see it again in his life, Nick, because it's going to take something extraordinary from a local to beat Car Rising.
Oh, for sure. Look, I mean, he's proving unstoppable, isn't he? And he is truly a world-class champion, isn't he?
Oh, he is, isn't he? And only bad luck's going to beat him. There's no such thing as a race course certainty. It's a race, but you'd have to perform very, very below par.
What about the other clash, Romantic Warrior and Voyage?
That's a good one. I'm going to stick with Romantic Warrior, though. Barrier draws aren't out yet, but it won't be a big field. I think tactics will have a lot to play in the race, but I think Romantic Warrior will win that too.
Yeah, I think, well, look, it's going to be a great race regard. You'd love to see them both come down to the furlong together, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
That's the result we want.
1,600 metres coming up. We'll have the preview for the big meeting at Sha Tin later in the week. Right now, though, Paul, it doesn't get much better than this. It's last run reminder time on the show. And what have you found for us?
Well, we can go from Car Rising to Forever Folks here in the last run reminder. Pair of sixes, race 6, number 6. Now, he's racing here over, this is 1,650. He's going to race over 1,800 metres. And you've got to close your eyes at the start because he's an absolute duffer. He takes a mile to wind up. This horse always tends to get back in his races, but gee, he's got a really good turn of foot on him at the end. He needs clear running, and he didn't get it here. You can see that the horse on his outside there just kept him in that pocket all the way down the straight. Now, the extra 150 metres, he's in the clear now, and you can just see how much ground he does make up. He's got Zach Purton aboard on Wednesday night, and he looks well placed, I think. So any type of run, he's going to be right there.
Easy to remember. Race 6, number 6, Forever Folks is Paul's last run reminder for this show's episode. Here's race number 8 now, and we have Perfect Team. Top of the book, blinkers back on. First time at 1,200 metres. Must Go's not. He's a 5-time course and distance winner. Thunder Blaze makes his Hong Kong debut. He's had 3 trials. Gummy Gummy has the tongue tie on. Another Zonda coming back to 1200. Charming Babe wears blinkers for the first time. Parents Love strolled impressively since we last saw him. Captain Lynx now with Casper Founds, and Armour War Eagle runs down off a rating pull, which sees him carry just 120 pounds.
They're going to run along a bit here. Parents Love does like to lead and set up some good sectionals. Wonder Star likes to go forward. Blazing Wind likes to go forward. Charming Babes has been going forward. Another Zonda's got a wide draw. Must go. Next there, Gummy Gummy. He's also one that can go forward. Armour War Eagle generally misses the start a bit. Thunder Blaze is a debutant. He's only a little chap, 948 pounds about him. And then Perfect Team. I had to look about 3 times at this, 1,200 metres. He's normally races over 1,600 metres plus. He's got blinkers on to sharpen up a bit, but I can't see him having the early toe that some of these horses have.
Absolutely, we've seen him plenty of times, but never at this distance. Zach Purton, we saw him out of the break, and he's going to partner Blazing Wind.
Zach Purton, you team up with Blazing Wind again in race 8 at Sha Tin on Wednesday, and he won quite nicely first up for you this season.
He did, yeah. He's always promised to deliver more than what he has, really, but he's also had a few issues. It hasn't been easy for Danny to train him. But this season it looks like he's starting to fulfil his potential.
And he went from the front that day, and he's been running on well as well, so do you think he's quite versatile from that standpoint?
He's not the greatest in the gates, so sometimes he gets out nicely and other times he misses it, so you just got to ride him accordingly.
And do you think he has a little bit more to give? Because he showed some nice sectionals there last time out with Maxime on.
Yeah, it was a fast run race, and he was back, but he finished it off nicely. Should be genuine tempo again, so he'll get a similar race. Hopefully he can just be better out of the gates and be in a position where he can win instead of running into a placing.
And Kying Rising, of course, comes back out on Sunday. How's he been doing ahead of the Centenary Sprint Cup?
He's good. Obviously I rode him in the trial last week. He trialled well, as he always does. I seen him at track work this morning. He's nice and bright. We're happy with him, so we're ready for the race.
Let's talk more about Blazing Wind, Nick. He's been consistent, but still yet to win in this grade.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I mean, his win was Class 4 when he did win off of 58, so he's £7 higher for 3 top 4 finishes. He's honest. He'll give his running. I mean, I don't mind the jockey trainer combination, Paul. 4 from 13 this season.
Yeah, and they will be in the right position, I think. They'll be just off the pace, so he's definitely going to get his chance once again. He's run 3rd off this rating, but yet to win in the grade by a deep field. Does like the surface.
Wonder Star, Paul. He's been a busy horse and he's been holding the form quite well. This is over 1,000 metres last time at Happy Valley. Switches back to the all-weather here. His all-weather record isn't great from limited starts.
No, it's not. He's had 3 goes and hasn't finished in the first 4, which is a little bit of a concern. He's got barrier number 1, so he'll be up against the rail. Maxine Guillon's in good form. Mi Choi is as well. But look, I was happy to watch him here with that all-weather form.
Yeah, 11th twice and 9th are his placings. So, yeah, hard to make a case out for him on the surface, I think, now.
It's changed tact. We saw Mark Newnham stats, Nick, in the first part of the show on the all-weather. The leading jockeys, Zach Purton leads the way. Luke Ferraris, a very handy read as far as his stats go.
Yeah, for sure. And that's sort of, I suppose, the standout to some degree on there. He's only 19 rides for the 5 winners, plus 3 seconds and 1/3 as well. Obviously, unsurprising that Zach heads the list there, obviously, naturally, but obviously they're all very good jockeys, and there's his all-weather season so far, and they usually finish in the top 3 more often than not. And what did you make of his rides here, Paul?
Yeah, I like Forever Folks. We talked about him. I really like California Star. He was unlucky last time. Mr. Cool, he's just a little bit of a non-winner these days, but he'll run his race, and he's got good chances in the last 2.
Luke Ferraris, Paul, he's not riding in the race we're previewing, but with the stats that we saw, and how that reads, he's only got the 3 rides. If it's a good night for Luke Ferraris, it's a good night for David Eustace coming up.
Yeah, well, exactly. He's on all 3 of David's there, and all 3 of them have got chances, I thought.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he's got a decent old weight, hasn't he, between races 2 and 7, but he might well finish off with the winner with Definitive as well. So, yeah, 3 nice rides.
Him and David could run a marathon in that cap.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
3 hours 20 would be more than enough, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's what David Eustace did in the Hong Kong Marathon on the weekend. 3 hours 20, a flying performance by the trainer of those 3. OK, back to the trials now. Nick, this is Must Go. We know this horse very well. Loves 1,200 metres on the all-weather.
Yeah, I like him here, actually. I mean, look, recent form is probably only OK. He was 2 3/4 behind Victory Sky. Quite a bit of that form on show in this race, but he's off a mark of 71. They've dropped him 2 for his last effort. And Drea going back on as well. Look, Brenton Avdulla has ridden him recently. Dylan Brown at Monagle rode him last time, but Andrea's got a wonderful record on him. 3 wins from 8, so I don't mind him in that context, Paul.
Yeah, look, and as you say, he's well rated. The last one was off 76, and he's at the 71 rating. So his form has been okay. He's been running on, but he'll get his chance in this race.
Would there be a horse in Hong Kong, certainly racing at the moment, Paul, that's won more trials than Parents Love has won, and he's won impressively since his last start too?
Yeah, he's a professional trial winner, isn't he, Parents Love? But look, he's better at Happy Valley. That's no question. His stats prove that. His last one was off 60, slightly higher at 65. He'll give you a side out in front. If the track is suiting front runners, then he'll definitely come into play. I've got him on a very minor lot.
Yeah, he's an interesting runner. That grey running on in the stripes, that's Thunderblaze. He's a newcomer. Jimmy Ullman, David Hall, formerly with Andy Oliver in Ireland. He actually he won at Navan and Leopardstown and was placed at Dundalk, but that's a poly track. This is dirt, so very different. So 70 makes it hard though on debut.
It certainly does. That's that trial. Now, we spoke about perfect team during the speed, Nick. Here he is over 1,200 metres, running 6th. That's Romantic Warrior up outside the speed there, about to join in too. How can you look at his chances with the unknown about the distance?
Yeah, look, I mean he's kept good company here, that's for sure. But yeah, look, as you say, I mean he's a 1650 metre winner on 2 occasions. I mean, last time out he was bitterly disappointing behind New Forest. That was over 1650. So, look. Who am I to question Casper Founds? He's an excellent trainer, but I'm struggling to make a case.
Yeah, with the big weight as well. But look, this is a surface.
It is. Selections.
Going to go with the 9 Blazing Wind on top to beat Must Go. Gummy Gummy, look, he's so well rated now. Last one off 74. He's down to the 67 rating. And Parents Love, 93610.
Yeah, going with Must Go here. I think this race would suit him, and he looks like he might have a pound or 2 in hand. Andrea Atzani and John Sides. Blazing Wind in for second. He'll give his running. Gummy Gummy, I think, is a horse you can get interested in here. And Armour War Eagle down at the bottom as well. Doesn't win all that often, but I think he's a player. 3-9-6-12.
That is the 2 races for Sha Tin that we have previewed. All of them available for preview on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video for that race-by-race analysis of the 9 races. Paul, which one comes up as the best bet race?
Going to go on race 7 here, which is number 8, California Star. You can see the video here of this run, and he's well back, and he didn't get any luck down the straight. The horse on his outside sort of kept them in. Got out about now, but the race was all over. They actually walked and sprinted in this race, so the way he made up the ground I thought was very, very good in this race. Wasn't far away. 1 of 52, he's a 47 rated horse. And a value wise man, only 1 start on the all-weather, and that was that placing you can see there for 3rd, steps up to 1650, and will make the play of the day in the last with Another World, Young Achiever, and All Cash in a QQP.
Yeah, best bet for me coming up Wednesday night. Race line before Another World. I think this horse got a cracking chance. Recent all-weather racing has been good. He was a winner 2 starts ago off 67. He was 3rd off 72 last time. They put him a pound for that effort. Had a really good early sort of part of his career when trained by Benno Young. In the doldrums a little bit, but he's not been with Dennis Yip all that long. He looks to have him right back to somewhere like his best form. So he goes on top for me as the best. And the value, race 7 of 13, Superb Guy. I thought he could be quite interesting. Hopefully it's a thumbs up from Lyle after that race. And race 7 is the play, 5-6-13.
Volcanus, Me Choice, stable in good form at the moment. Hugh Bowman knows the horse well, and he draws barrier 1. Has one with £130. We'll have to do it with 135 in this race. Another vote for Lyle Hewitson on the value place. Special Hedges had 1 go on the surface, course and distance, and ran 4th. He rides for Michael Cheng. And the play, Supreme C, impressive debut winner, Volcanus. And so my folks placed on the surface last time does have a wide draw, 129 in a QQP. That has been the information for Sha Tin coming up on Wednesday night. The diary time here, Nick, and the 25th of January is all the focus.
Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful day. A couple of Group 1s there, so certainly one not to miss, Paul.
Definitely, the undercard's not too bad as well. Patch of Stars, I'm looking forward to seeing how he can go. He was a bit unlucky last time.
He was indeed, but we've got also coming up Wednesday week back to Happy Valley for the Hong Kong Football Club Centenary Cup on the 28th of January. That has been the preview for Sha Tin. Pack warm Wednesday night.
Yes, quite, yeah. Needs to, yeah.
We'll have the thermal socks on.
It sounds like you might need them, but there'll be 9 winners to find. That's been Racing to Win. We'll see you from 6:45 Wednesday.